Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 text 16. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place, but one who attains to my abode never takes birth again. Punarjanmana vidyate. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together from the duration form the duration of Brahma's one day. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. 1,000 kalpas. And such also is the duration of his night. The duration of Brahma's day is 1,000 Chaturyugas. And same is the duration of his night. And he lives like that for 100 years, which in our calculation is 311 trillion 40 billion years. That is the lifespan of Brahma. But Brahma also at the end has to die. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state. And thereafter, when night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. So this every night there is partial pralaya. So these things are discussed in Bhagavatam. There is partial pralaya, and in the partial pralaya, the upper planetary systems remain, and the lower planetary systems are submerged. And then again in the morning, again everything comes back. Everything becomes manifest again, and this goes on. So here's Krishna is saying, again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living beings come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. So this is going on. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. So Krishna is talking about material world, Brahma's life, our lives, how we are living here, etc. And now he's talking about the unmanifested, something transcendental to manifested and unmanifested matter. So this matter manifests at a particular point of time and becomes unmanifest, but there is something which is eternal and is transcendental to all this. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. This holds good for also the Vaikuntha planets, or the portions of Vaikuntha which have come down to this material world in the form of Lord's Dhama. It could be Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Dwarka, Ayodhya, etc. They also are not annihilated. They remain as it is, as they are. That which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode, Tad Dhama. So Krishna is clarifying here. Vedantis describe a supreme destination, and they normally describe it as becoming one with the Lord. But Krishna is clarifying here, saying that that is my Dhama. That is my Dhama. So that means our supreme destination is not merging into the Supreme Lord, but our supreme destination is a place. Destination is a place, which is Lord's supreme abode, which once we reach, we will never return. And of course, this never return we've discussed multiple times. So free will is there. It can, we could come back. if we wish. But the whole process is that we go through all this so much of suffering in this material world and rectification that we remain fixed in our service to Krishna without wanting to enjoy independent of Krishna, which is why we get a lot of tests in the process of bhakti, just to make sure that we are fixed, and that even in the most difficult of difficult circumstances, situations, we don't desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. So, and once somebody has gone through this process, has surrendered to Guru, surrendered to authority, and once he goes back, and we remain surrendered to authority, there are very less chances of us coming back. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Bhaktya labhyastu ananyaya. Ananya bhakti. See, please understand that here Krishna is clearly qualifying what kind of bhakti. Mishra bhakti cannot give us Krishna. It has to be Ananya bhakti, Kevala bhakti, Shuddha bhakti. Only by this Ananya bhakti we can achieve Krishna. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything is situated within him. And so this is his inconceivable energy, Shakti. Obvious to the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which passing away from this world the yogi does or does not come back. So Krishna here briefly has described this material and spiritual worlds, which are further expanded in Srimad Bhagavatam. So since this whole discussion is about the jiva and the relevance of and what the jiva needs to do, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram, that we have to give up this body at the time of death, thinking about Krishna. So Krishna is also talking about the various processes that are there for passing away from this world. So those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme. And those who know the Supreme Brahman, those who don't know the Supreme Brahman, they will not achieve this. So we should not think that, okay, so this is Uttarayana. So anybody who dies in Uttarayana will not come back. No. Clearly, Prabhupada is qualifying here. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away in Uttarayana, Shanmasa, 6 months. When the sun travels in the north. So this is the influence of the fiery god. Auspicious time of the day, not night. During the 4th night of the waxing moon, Shukla Paksha, and Shanmasa Uttarayana. So one who knows the Supreme Brahman, who leaves his body during this time, Uttarayana, during the day, in Shukla Paksha, attains the Supreme. Then there is Dakshinayana, the mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke. Again, this is all relevant for the yogis, not for some ordinary jiva. The yogi who passes away from this world during the smoke, the 4th night of the waning moon, or the 6 months of Dakshinayana, when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. So this is Swarga, Chandramasam. So he achieves moon planet and comes back. So this is for the yogi in Dakshinayana, this is for the yogi in Uttarayana. And for normal jivas, it is according to their karma. And according to Vedic opinion, there are 2 ways of passing, one in night, one in darkness. One passes in light, that is Uttarayana, during the day, does not come back. When passes in darkness, he returns. Okay. Now, although devotees know these paths, they are never bewildered, therefore be always fixed in devotion. It does not matter. It does not matter what time a devotee leaves his body. Whether it is morning, day, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, this, that, nothing matters. And so Krishna is directly saying, they are never bewildered, therefore just be fixed in devotion. Devotion takes care of everything. And what is this devotion? It gives all the results. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, pursuing philosophical fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all this, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. So Krishna is clarifying our position, saying that don't worry about all this. Simply engage in bhakti And a person who engages in bhakti gets the results of all these other so-called punya karma. This is all punya karma. The rest of it, whatever is described here. One who does bhakti gets the results of all that. That is why Prabhupada writes in the beginning chapters, in one of the purport, he says, material spiritual advancement results in material advancement as well. As in, a devotee's material life is also taken care once he advances spiritually. And for two reasons. One is the devotee himself, his expectations itself from material life will be reduced, and whatever is required, still Krishna will provide. So we have to understand this. At the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode, Param Dhama, Tad Dhama. So Krishna has already clearly said here, saying that destination is not some becoming one with Krishna. Tad Dhama Paramam Mama. Yam Prapya Na Nivartante. Paramam Gatim. What is that Paramam Gatim? It is the supreme abode. And there are different processes for leaving this world. But for a devotee, it doesn't matter. He just engages in pure devotion, Ananya Bhaktya, and then he will go to the supreme abode. Simple. See, Bhagavad Gita only Krishna has explained all the conclusions, just that people can't understand all this. Any questions before I move to the 9th chapter? No questions. Okay. The most confidential knowledge. Person of God said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me. What is being envious of Krishna? Being envious of Krishna means trying to enjoy independent of Krishna. We have our own fun, our own thoughts, our own everything. I mean, we want to compete with Krishna. We want to become chotu controllers, enjoyers, all that. That is all being envious of Krishna. We don't want to see Krishna alone standing in that position of enjoyment. So this is all envy. So, but Arjuna is not envious of Krishna. Pure devotees are not envious of Krishna. So Krishna is saying, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge. Of what? Devotional service, which he has been talking. He talked about it in the last 2 verses. So Krishna is now going to explain devotional service. Knowing which you shall be relieved of all miseries of material existence. So we should understand by performing bhakti, we should easily achieve mukti. Relieved from miseries of material existence means mukti. So one should easily achieve mukti. And this knowledge is the king of education. Rajaguhyam, most secret of all secrets. Pavitram, purest knowledge. Uttamam, the best. And pratyaksha-avagamam dharmyam. So it is something to be experienced. It is vijnana, something to be experienced. And susukham, kartumabhyam, is everlasting. And it is joyfully performed. So Krishna is describing the process of devotion. Those are not faithful in this devotional service, they cannot attain me, Krishna is saying. You have to be faithful. Ashraddha dana. No, that is why Ado Shraddha. First there has to be little faith in Krishna, in little faith in devotees, little faith in devotional service. Ado Shraddha tatatha sadhu sangha. So faith is prerequisite. So without faith, you cannot attain me, Krishna is saying. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. So one who doesn't have faith in devotional service will return to this material world. Krishna is directly saying. So those who think that bhakti is some extraneous or some, for is a process for those who are not intelligent, for those who are not gnanis, or bhakti is just required as part of their gnana process, bhakti is subsidiary. And if they don't have faith in bhakti, they will come back. Simply, they will come back. And then in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I'm not in them. So Krishna is now going to talk about his opulences also. Yet everything that is created does not rest in me. And so see, all beings are in me, I am not in them. Yet everything that is created does not rest in me. So he's saying all beings are in me. Here again he's saying they don't rest, does not rest in me. So we should understand that it's there, but it's not there. This is all Achintya Bheda Abheda. Only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this. Till then, everybody was, of course, Vaishnava Acharyas explained, but still, most easily understandable is Achintya Bheda Abheda. Although I'm the maintainer of all living entities, and although I'm everywhere through my energy, I'm not part of this cosmic manifestation because that's my energy only. And for myself is the very source of creation. Understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me. So it is rests always in the sky. The wind rests in the sky. There is no other place where it can rest. Because sky is everywhere. Similarly, Krishna, all jivas rest in Krishna. At the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature. At the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again. Under my will, it is annihilated then. So Krishna is clearly... See, before we can do bhakti for Krishna, we have to first understand Krishna's supreme position. So Krishna is explaining all this. All this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities. Udasinavat. So this is the important thing. Udasina. Udasina means somewhat disinterested type. He is not like very attached to these material activities. He's just doing it because it needs to be done for us, fallen jivas. So he is seated as though neutral. And Maya Dakshena Prakriti. So then how is it running? By my material energy. She's working under my direction, but she's taking care of all this, producing all moving, non-moving beings. Under her rule, everything is created, annihilated again and again. So, but this material energy is my energy, working under my direction. But fools deride me. They think that I descend in human form. When I descend in human form, they do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord. So they deride. Deride meaning just bringing Krishna's position down. So they just don't want to accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord, and that he's appeared in his own transcendental nature. Krishna, he's already told, right, in the 4th chapter only, that he comes down as he is. But then fools, they don't want to accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord when he appears. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In the deluded condition, they can't achieve anything. Everything is defeated. So if somebody doesn't accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord, then they can't achieve anything. That is why even Bhagavatam also says, like all other processes also achieve their ends only when they accept devotion. But the Mahatmas, they are not deluded. The great souls, they are under the protection of the divine nature. Daivim Prakriti Ashritaha. And Bhajanti Ananya Manaso, fixed, fully engaged. Mind is not going here and there. They are doing bhajana. Why? Gnatva Bhutadim Abhyam. They know me as the Supreme Lord. Original and inexhaustible. So they are engaged in devotional service. So Krishna is telling why jivas engage in devotional service. Of course, everybody first engages in devotional service, knowing Krishna as the Supreme Lord, Vaidhi Bhakti, and then higher platforms. And what do? Mahatmas, Sadatam Kirtayantoma, always chanting my glories. Yatantascha Dridhavrataha, endeavoring with great determination. Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya, they'll bow down to me with devotion. Nitya Yukta Upasate, they're perpetually worshipping me, all the time worshipping me. This has to be our goal. And whatever we discussed yesterday, Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. This is all, yeah, just different explanation of this itself. Krishna is saying that's what we should do. We should endeavor with great determination, perpetually engage in Krishna's devotion without any distraction, without moving here and there. And then what about others? Others who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge. There are other paths. They worship the Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in universal form. So, so Prabhupada in this purport explains, saying that there are three other processes also. So first is he worships himself as the Supreme Lord, as one with the Supreme Lord. That Aham Brahmasmi, like I am Parabrahman, they thinking. So this is one. Second, who concocts some form of the Supreme Lord and worships that. Nowadays, everybody thinks that there are different Supreme Lords who come to this material world. And then they worship the Vishwarupa. So all these are there. There are different ways of worshipping. But Krishna is saying that I have to be worshipped. I should be worshipped. And then I am, who am I? I am who am the ritual. I am the sacrifice, the offering of the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant, mantroham, and butter, fire, and the offering. So everything, if somebody wants to do some yagna, everything is Krishna. Then Pitahamasya Jagato, Mata, Dhata, Pitamaha, I'm the mother, I'm Dhata, I'm the support, I'm the grandsire. Vedyam, I'm the object of knowledge. Pavitram Omkara, I am the syllable Om. Riksama Yajur, I am also Riksama and Yajur Vedas. Gatir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, I am Gati, I am the goal. Bharta, master, Prabhu, master, Bharta, sustainer, or husband. But yeah, Prabhupada is translating sustainer. Sakshi, I am the witness. Nivasaha, I am the abode. Sharanam, I am the refuge. Surut, I am the most dear friend. Prabhava, Pralaya, Sthanam, I am the creation and annihilation. Nidhanam, Bijam Abhyam. Nidhana, I am the basis of everything and the resting place and the eternal seed. Krishna is saying I am everything. I give heat, I withhold and send forth rain, I am immortality, I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delight. So some people go to Swarga. When they thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure, Shine Punyamartya Lokam Vishanti, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. So this is Karma Kanda. So one does Karma Kanda, then goes to Swarga, then once Punya is finished, they come back again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. So what is the use of this? But what should one do? Ananya Chintayanto Mam. Those who always worship me with exclusive devotion. Ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam. Meditating on my transcendental form, nityabhiyuktanam, I shall carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Yogakshemam bhamyam. All the time. So they don't have to do all this karma kanda and all this business for themselves. All they do is just exclusively they worship Krishna. And to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. This requires faith. We've discussed this multiple times. We need faith to accept this. And then there are Anya Devata Bhakta. I am the Parama Devata, but then there are Anya Devata, other gods. They worship them with faith, but they're actually worshipping only me. But they do so Aviti Purukam. Tepi Mameva Kaunteya. They're worshipping me only, but they're doing in a wrong way. They should directly worship me. Why they are worshipping indirectly? That's what Krishna is saying. Why should they worship me? Because I'm the only enjoyer. I'm the master of all sacrifices. So if they don't recognize my transcendental nature, they'll fall down. So this indirect worship is not recognizing Krishna's transcendental nature, his position. So they have to fall down. They again come back. Then they'll go to Swarga. They'll come back. So those who worship demigods take birth among demigods. Those who worship ancestors go to Pitruloka. Those who worship ghosts and spirits take birth among such beings. Those who worship me come live with me. Not merge with me. Live with me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, flower and fruit or water, I will accept it. And this is what they live. This is what they do. And then, okay, those who can't completely engage in devotion, then they will do karma yoga. Those who can't engage in exclusive devotion, they'll do karma yoga. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever dana you do, whatever austerities you do that as an offering for me. This is lower platform. This is not the highest platform. This is whatever you do, whatever you eat. Not just doing for Krishna. This is you are doing something, you want to do something, okay, you offer to me. You want to do something else. You want to do something, right? You don't want to only serve me. You want to do something, okay, you offer that to me. So this is karma yoga. This is a lower platform. But by doing karma yoga, what will happen? You will be freed from the bondage to work and its results. And then slowly you will come to Gnana. With mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated. You will come to Gnana and then you will cut Mukti. So karma yoga is okay. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, who renders service unto me in devotion, is a friend, is in me, and I'm also a friend to him. So then this non-partial, etc. goes for a toss. Krishna is not equal. When it comes to his devotees, he will give extra attention. So, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, mai te teshu chapyaham. So Prabhupada is explaining here. It's not about becoming one with him. It is they are doing bhakti, so they are a friend. They are in me. I'm also a friend to him. Okay, and those who are engaging in devotion like that, what happens if they do something wrong? If one commits a most abominable action, even if one commits a most abominable, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered sadhureva samantavyaha, saintly, by samyak vyavasayito hi saha, because he is properly situated in his determination. See, the important thing is that determination to do bhakti. We might get beaten by Maya sometime, some conditioning. But the important thing is that we are determined in our devotion. Then we should be considered saintly. Not that, we are just taking bhakti also lightly, not having any determination there, and also engaging in abominable action. Then we cannot be considered as saints. And because he is properly situated in determination, what happens? He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. Name bhakta pranashyati, kauntaya pratitani. Declare boldly, my devotee never perishes. And those who have faith in this statement of Krishna will surrender to Krishna fully, wholeheartedly. My devotee never perishes. And here there's no consideration of brahmachari, grihastha, nothing. Just full, wholehearted surrender. That's all. Mami partha vyapashritya, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, Triyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudras, can attain the supreme destination. Now again, we understand that the body of the female body is designed to be very emotional, materially attached. That is the design of the female body. Okay, but a jiva in female body can also become a devotee. So there is no disqualification. Similarly, there is no disqualification if somebody is a Vaishya. There is no disqualification if somebody is a Shudra. because the higher varnas are Brahmana and Kshatriya. But just because somebody is something else, not that they cannot achieve supreme destination. They can do bhakti there also. And I also tell saying that women don't have to feel bad because Krishna has included Shudras and Kalau Shudra Sambhava. Everybody in Kali Yuga is Shudra, so everybody is included. But everybody can attain supreme destination. So when they only can achieve supreme destination, Krishna is saying what more, what can be said about Brahmanas and the Rajarshis, Kshatriyas, who are devotees. So engage in loving service. You come to this temporary miserable world. Anityam asukham lokam. One is dukkhalayam. The other is anityam asukham lokam. This is. What should we do? Imam prapya bhajasva mam. Engaging love in service to me. So what? How to engage? Manmana bhavamat bhakto. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. Mad dhyaji, offer obeisances to me, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer obeisances to me. Mame vaishyasi vaivam, completely absorbed in me. Atmanam matparayanaha, surely will come to me. So beautiful, these chapters, I mean, this is the whole reason why I wanted to read this verse after verse. How Krishna is giving such beautiful logic and flow and, clearly concluding that it is just devotion that has to be done, nothing else. Okay, I'll stop here. If there are any questions, we can discuss. Is it clear? Is there any doubt? You can also try to read this verse afterwards. Of course, we should not give up reading Prabhupada's purports, but this was just like a crash course, like I said, just summary study. But there are a lot more things that Prabhupada has written in his purport, so not that we should skip them, but reading this flow also gives us a much better understanding, faith in Bhagavad Gita. Many times we've heard so many things in classes, etc., but we don't know where it is in Bhagavad Gita. So when we read like this, we will know. I mean, I'm only feeling actually elated. So many things that, I didn't know that it was here. So anyway, any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, one question. Just an example, right? I noticed, right? So one of the devotees that I know, so he has a history of addiction, right, to intoxication. Okay, and then he is struggling, but he still comes to temple. He does service.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we consider him as that Apiche Suduracharo category, or he's still a struggling devotee at that point of time? I mean, he's not completely out, but he's trying his best.
Yeah, I mean, if he's sincerely trying and he's engaging in his bhakti with determination, meaning, so let me explain this way. So, for example, say he has somebody has given him a service at a particular time, right? He tries hard to make sure that he can do that service, irrespective of his weaknesses, his problems. If he's trying hard to do devotion, then he's a sadhu.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? Okay, then we'll close here. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, वांछाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो कोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।